right, so last week we talked about the recent release of Forza Horizon 6, pretty much how it's been winning over fans of the franchise and rave reviews. On the flip side of that, even though I was pretty excited for the game itself, my no video game purchase all year rule was still in effect. And so in that video, I talked about playing Forza Motorsports 2 for the first time, coming from the backlog and my video game collection. And I wasn't disappointed, although it has a few knocks on the game due to like dated visuals and limited like courses, things of that nature. It wins in the content and variety cars department. So if you have not played Motorsport 2 yet, I highly recommend it. It's still probably very cheap, not hard to find, but please get the Platinum Hits version. That is the definitive version with everything on the disc and the DLC added, so make sure you do that. But we're not talking about Forza today, all right? So usually I get on here and talk about what I'm going to play next, but this time off camera, I already picked it, you see? So as it's been all this year, my no-buy clause has bit me in my ass, and it bit me in my ass again. I got a case of FOMO because everybody is playing a game that I was interested in when it was first talked about last year. At the time, to me, it just looked like Uncharted with a different coat of paint. But I just can't say no to a third-person action shooter. So yeah, 007 First Light dropped, and this game is going crazy. It's been highly regarded as one of the best games to come out this year. I think it's sold already like 1.5 mil, and I think that was like around the first week of launch. That really makes me happy. If not for a healthy single player gamer ecosystem, it's just a middle finger to those miserable motherfuckers that tried hard to get this game canceled. Not to go on a little tangent, but this community has some of the worst air-stealing, insufferable, shit-stained cosplaying as people imaginable.
Do not buy 007 First Light. It is a thumbs down, not fun. Definitely skip this game. God, it's just terrible. I can't believe this.
Shut up, bitch.
Unfortunately, in this climate, it's not often that something blows up in their faces. This time, it did, and I couldn't be happier. So it sucks that I can't join in on the game right now. But that's where having an expansive, massive backlog and video game collection comes in handy. Because yeah, we got 007 at home. Bam! 007 Bloodstone. And like I said, I already grabbed this one off the shelf and I've been playing it. And it's not a backlog game because I've played this game like 5 times over. This is my favorite 007 game. All right, guys? Hands down. Yep, even more so than GoldenEye. Look, let's be honest here about GoldenEye for the Nintendo 64. Take off the nostalgia glasses just for a minute. Sure, when I was a teenager and it came out, it was generational multiplayer experience, but that game aged like milk. It's more about the fond memories of that era, especially if you were there, rather than the quality of the game itself. But yeah, Bloodstone, I had the urge to go back to it, and I was just going to play a few minutes of it for some B-roll, but I couldn't put it down. This game is so underrated, and I'll never understand why. This game felt like a lost 007 from the Daniel Craig era that just never made it to the movies. It came out in, I think, 2010, and it wasn't based on any other films. This was a complete original Bond story. Judi Dench, old ass, was in it, and they really treated it like part of the movie franchise. What always stood out with me with this game is just some of the crazy ass chase scenes, which was some of the main points of the game due to the devs that worked on it. Bizarre creations. Them same folks who made like Project Gotham Racing and even the Blur game. So you already know that the driving sections was going crazy. It has good third person shooting, those Uncharted like takedowns, pretty fair set pieces, and like I said, those high speed chases. When you're driving in vehicles, the handling is tight and the story is engaging enough that you want to see it through. This game is not about to take over your life. It's only 6 to 7 hours to beat, which to me means that it's no filler. You know, they get right to the good shit and leave the fuckery out. This game is so overlooked and underrated, it's fucking gross. And honestly, if we want to dive into another deep cut and is equally slept on, is 007 from Russia with Love. Exhibition match. The right way. Not that one dude.
You guys got some games? Y'all got some games? Y'all got some games?
I'm just fucking around.
Y'all got some games?
Jason Richardson played for the Bobcats. Okay, so I've got that EA game with Sean Connery from the original Xbox. I just played that this year, and that one is another classic. I got the first 2 gameplays on the channel. I need to post the rest of it, so keep an eye out for that. If you're waiting on First Light to drop in price, or you already played it, or you're looking for another similar 007 single player game, don't overlook Bloodstone. Is it on par mechanically with First Light? No, not at all. But Bloodstone has never been a slouch, if you ask me. So much fun. And if you play Bloodstone, what do you think about it? I honestly would like to know how people feel about this game, because they gave this game mid reviews back in the day, and I 100% disagree. So this is OWS the King for OWS the King Gaming. For more backlog and video game collection talk, this is the Anti-YouTuber YouTube channel. Appreciate you checking us out here. Y'all be safe. Peace.
The OWS.